Sorry, I know it's a little bit after Halloween at this point, but you kind of asked for it. So you're looking for some indie horror games. Now, horror's not typically my genre of choice, but I think I've got a handful I could show you. But before we get started, how about you do me a favor, hit that like button, and maybe drop a follow, because look, I'm making indie content all the time, and I'm trying to show you guys some brand new games, so you're not buying the same old rigmarole AAA $70 somethings every single day. Cool? Now, let's take a look at some indie horror games. My current multiplayer obsession is Lethal Company, a 4-player horror game where you and your friends work for a planetary waste disposal company. So yeah, you're space garbage men. You'll land on distant moons in an effort to collect random scrap, like soda bottles, ship parts, and weird clown horns. Then you'll return to your home base, trade it all in, and meet your quota for the week. Doesn't sound so scary, right? Well, the true fear hides just around the corner. Once you find and enter the strange facilities that house the scrap you need to collect, all sorts of mysterious monsters will be prepared to attack you for entering their territory. Each one with different quirks, different attack patterns, and different ways of affecting the world around you in an effort to either scare you away or eat you alive. For example, our party discovered the girl in the red dress, literally a little girl who picks one member of your party and haunts them individually. Sorry, Kanai, you were the unlucky bastard this time. But lucky for one of you, it's best to have someone stay back in the ship and watch the monitors for any signs of monsters rushing in to attack your party. And no, don't let one guy play support all the time. Nut up, get in there and pick up some trash. Though the game gets your heart pumping at times, it's also filled with wacky, stupid fun, where you and your friends are just acting dumb until a giant tree monster scoops you up because you are messing around with a walkie-talkie. Gather up your group of space collectors and check out Lethal Company, available on Steam. And don't worry, we'll definitely be streaming this one soon. If you're a fan of games like Bendy and Poppy's Playtime, then Garten of BanBan is another cutesy horror game that you need to check out. BanBan's kindergarten was once the best place for any parent to enroll their kid in, and I'm sure it looked fantastic on a preschool resume. Until one day, everybody in the building mysteriously vanished. And now, for whatever reason, it's up to you to find out what happened to everybody. Enter BanBan's kindergarten while you try to make new friends, explore the mysterious establishment, and maybe don't go insane and die while you're in there. This industry of education features its very own team of adorable and lovable mascots, like Greenface, White and Red Gumby, Cycloptopus, and a Flamingo. No, those are not their own names, but you wouldn't be surprised if they were, would you? As you sneak around this closed daycare location, you'll search for various collectibles to progress the story, as well as scoop up this very simple remote that you can use to pilot a drone around the building. Find yourself running from uncomfortably adorable mascots, as each new corner hides a shocking and terrifying new surprise. But perhaps you're a little bit nervous that just one adventure in the Garten of BanBan won't be enough for you. Well, what if I told you there's also Garten of BanBan 2, and 3, and 4, and soon to be 5 and 6. Yeah, apparently there's a lot of BanBan to go around. But for now, you can explore the currently available quadrilogy of Garten of BanBan on Steam. So Dead by Daylight is an asymmetrical multiplayer game where 4 survivors attempt to escape a deadly kill. Psych! Not today. I hate Dead by Daylight. So for the actual game, this is Pumpkin Panic. Imagine a Stardew Valley-like game that had terrifying monsters lurking around in the shadows. And no, I don't mean Pam. As this adorable little pumpkin person, you find yourself exploring a little farm smack dab in the middle of a spooky forest. While you're here, you can plant and harvest crops, go fishing in your cool boat, and sort of just enjoy the silence of seclusion. Just watch out, because when you aren't looking, any number of scary creatures can attack. From the monsters that hide under your bed, to the friendly deer that may not actually be so friendly. And another really cool thing is that you can play this game for free. If you head over to itch.io, you'll be prompted with a donation screen. Now, if you can, please do consider contributing something towards the game. I know the developer made it possible to download the game for free, but a lot of time and energy went into making this game happen. So, if you can contribute even just the $5 towards the game when you download it, please do. Thanks. So yeah, Spooky Pumpkin Stardew. Check it out now. So this next game isn't out yet, but I haven't had a chance to talk about it in content yet, so here we are. This is Holstin. In this psychological horror game, you're trapped in an isolated Polish town in the 1990s that somehow has been consumed by a scary, ominous presence. As you try to figure out what's going on in this town and where your missing friend's gone off to, you'll search the town and interrogate other survivors. But some of them aren't quite what they used to be, since they've now been possessed by whatever's going on here, and now take the form of these ungodly creatures. They might be zombies, or maybe aliens? Yeah, I'm not really sure yet. So one of the dopest things about this game is that even though it's a pixel art game, the devs developed some really cool technology that creates dynamic lighting and makes it possible to explore the world from 8 different camera angles. As well as during combat, you'll snap to an over-the-shoulder camera view, which is very reminiscent of some classic Resident Evil gameplay. Like I said before, this game is still in development, so it isn't out yet, but it does have a PC demo that you can play through on Steam. And you can also expect it to release on Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox whenever the game is done. Inmost is a stunning and eerie 2D platformer where you take on the role of 3 main characters, as you try to explore the depths of an otherworldly labyrinth. First, there's the knight, who's adventuring into the depths of a dilapidated castle. Then there's the child, who stumbles upon the scary past of his castle. And finally, there's the wanderer, a middle-aged man in search of his own answers. Each character plays a little bit differently, making their individual sections of the narrative feel unique from a gameplay perspective, yet eerily similar with the energy of the world around you. Explore this retro-looking green and black world as you lure enemies into traps, solve environmental puzzles, and utilize your sick-looking scythe to take care of the creatures surrounding you. I got to check out the demo for Inmost back in 2020, and I fell in love with what I played back then. And now it's just been sitting installed on my Switch ever since, and I know I just need to get back to it soon. Also, just be forewarned, this game does come with a content warning. Inmost is heavily focused around loss and hope, so just remember that when you go to pick up the game for yourself. And speaking of pick up the game for yourself, Inmost is available to play on Steam and Nintendo Switch, so you can pick it up today. And before we wrap up, just know that it is not lost on me that I am wearing my Wholesome Games t-shirt while talking about horror games. Yeah, that's pretty perfect. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video, and in case I missed it, let me know what your favorite indie horror game is in the comments. And last but certainly not least, be sure to drop a follow because I got plenty more indie content coming your way.